guys, this is Cody from Knitgrit, and today we're going to go over how to make a super adorable Foxy from Five Nights at Freddy's. I think he's so cute and how he turned out. I'm so happy. And he's got like a little opposable hook here, and his eye patch is removable or non-removable, whatever you want to do. You can also probably adhere it, whatever, you do you. And he's so cute. I can't even deal with how cute this Foxy is. And it's part of my entire series of all the Five Nights at Freddy's gang. I'm hoping to even do the puppet, but I'm doing Freddy, Bonnie, Chica. I'm working on Chica right now a bit more. And Foxy, and I'm also hoping to do this really cute Mangle version of this. So alright, without further ado, let's get started. For this project, you're going to need, first and foremost, you're going to need polyfill. And you're going to need a bunch of it, and I just have a big 10-pound bag of it, but you wouldn't need more than maybe like half a pound, like not even that. A little goes a long way, but you do need polyfill. You're also going to need, I'm using all these except for this one. I'm using Vanna's Choice. This one's a red heart yarn for this nice heather gray that they have. Vanna's Choice also has a gray, but I don't like how it looks as much, and it didn't look as metallic-y, so I went with the red heart Heathers collection that they have here. This one's red, this one's like this salmon colored, which I used for the belly and for the nose, and then I have a little bit of black here so that I can work on the eye patch. You don't need a lot, little goes a long way. You're also going to need a size J or 6mm crochet hook. I'm using a Susan Bates because I like how those feel in my hand the most, and I like how their hooks are. A darning needle for sewing in all of your ends. I'm using buttons for the eyes, for the black pupils, but you could also just use black felt. And I'm also using white and yellow felt. Again, you can use black felt for the pupils if you'd like to, but I like how these really cute buttons look. Also, you're going to need pipe cleaners. So pipe cleaners we're going to use by placing this gray yarn around it for the hook. You could get a black one. I would prefer getting a gray pipe cleaner just so that it won't see through whatever you're doing. We're basically using the pipe cleaner to shape our crocheting around it into the hook shape. Alright, let's get started. Also, don't forget the puffy paint. I overlooked that earlier, but don't forget the puffy paint. You need it for the nose. So to start, we're going to make the head, and for the head we're going to do a basic amigurumi ball basically with a nice tapered neck on the bottom. So to start this, we're going to make a magical ring, place 6 stitches inside that magical ring, and then we're going to increase 6 stitches every single round. The way that we do that is we do 2 single crochets for the first row, single crochet 1, then increase, single crochet 2, then increase, single crochet 3, then increase, single crochet 4, increase, single crochet 5, increase. And if you're ever confused by this, make sure to reference the nice little slides that we have for the patterns, and also there'll be a printable pattern down the description linked through Ravelry. So once you've got your nice little basic circle here, it's about 4 inches in diameter, we're going to then single crochet around for 10 rounds. And then we're going to do our decreases, which taper around on the neck, which are super easy. We're basically just making it so that it's half the stitches that it is right now. But I'll show you that when we get there. Alright, see you after 10 rows. So now that you've done your 10 rounds, we're going to taper off around for the neck. The way that we do this is we're going to, for 3 rounds, decrease by 6 stitches. So we're decreasing from 42 down to 24. And the way that we do this is we will single crochet 5 and then skip the 6th. The next round we will single crochet 4 and skip the 5th, and the round after that we're going to single crochet 3 and skip the 4th. So once you're done with your tapering, then you stuff and you will adhere it onto your body when you've done your body. Alright, see you when all that tapering's done and after I've stuffed. Real quick before I stuff here, this is what it should look like when you've tapered. So we've got this nice long piece here. Don't mind the polyfill because this tends to live in polyfill when I'm not working on it. It's tapered off from here going down to the 24 stitches right there. Then you stuff, leave a nice long tail for sewing. I leave absurdly long tails because I'd rather have too much than too little. And now that you've stuffed, let's work on the body so that we can have something to adhere this to. So to start out, we're going to do exactly like we did for the head, where we're going to increase until we're increasing every 6 stitches, and we'll have 42 stitches then. Then we're going to crochet around for 10 rounds. Then we are going to work on splitting the legs. So because we have 42 stitches here, we're going to want to single crochet 10, go across until we have exactly 21 here, and we'll just single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so now that you've single crocheted 10 into your next round, we're going to go across exactly where we'll have 21 stitches. So I'm going to count backwards, 21 stitches until I go back here. Then, after that, we figure out exactly what stitch that is. We're going to wrap and single crochet, and then we're just going to start going around in the round for 10 more rounds. Then I will show you what to do after that. See you in 10 rounds. So now that you've done your 10 rows right here, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to back post, single crochet, and you're going to need to know how to do this. But basically all you do is you go through the back stitches of your 9th round here. So you flip your little guy right there, and you go inside here, and you single crochet. And for here, you're going to single crochet 5, and then skip every 6th all the way around. Then you're just gonna single crochet like normal, and you're going to skip every 3rd, and then the next round you're just gonna skip every 2nd, and then you're gonna skip every other stitch until this nice little bottom part is closed up. So once you've closed up your little bottom part of the foot here, you're then going to stuff the front part and then stuff inside from inside this little hole here. And then you're going to repeat your leg process, but on the other side. So you're going to attach your yarn around on the crotch region. I like to leave a nice little string here so that I can sew up any kind of holes or mistakes that I've made in the little part where they meet. And then I will go my 10 rows, and then I'll finish off the same way that I'm finishing off here, making sure to stuff the leg before I start doing this on the second leg. If you're confused by this, there will be a nice little pattern popped up at the bottom. So here we're going to single crochet 4 and then 5. We're decreasing 3 basically from this row. And then we're going to skip over that stitch and go into this one. And then do it again until we get back to the beginning. Then we skip every 3rd, every 2nd, and then every other until this is closed off. Put our tail in, make it all nice and smooth, stuff, and we do the same thing on the other leg. Alright, I'll see you when the body is done, and I will show you next how to do the arms. Now let's move on to the arm. To start the arm, you're going to make a magical ring and place 6 single crochet inside of it. You're going to increase every single one of those up to 12 single crochet, and then you're going to increase every other up to 18 single crochet. Then you're going to want to single crochet in this gray yarn 3 rows and just single crochet. Now we're on to the part where we're going to change this from being the bottom of a hook hand into being his arm actually. So here we're going to, I like to do this to make it so it's a nice straight edge. I'll slip stitch in, I'm going to grab my red yarn, and then I like to slip and start working with that. So I'll slip stitch in here, I'll go inside of my slip stitched work right here, and I'll go around. And this part we're going to go around for 7 rows in the red. So basically we're increasing our little bottom part up until 18 stitches, single crocheting 3 rounds in just the gray, and now we're doing 7 rounds in the red. And you'll notice that for the left arm, we're going to just do this straight up red the entire time. This is just for the hook hand, which is a little bit more strange than not, because well, he's a pirate and he needs to have a hook hand. So we're going to single crochet around all the way and try to make our edge here as smooth as possible. So I'm gonna try to go over and pull it into being a nice straight line. But I find slip stitching makes it a bit straighter of a line rather than this jagged edge. Go ahead and do your 7 rounds of the red, and then I'll show you how I do the hook part of the hook hand with our nice little pipe cleaner. See you there. Okay, so the way that we're going to do the hook is we're going to take our nice little stems here and we're going to push it into the very base of the single crochet. It should be popping out till like right here. You should be able to see it where it goes in. And then we're going to hide it by taking our tail and sewing it all along there, and that should be nice and hidden. Make sure your stitches are tight. I'm going to try to make mine a little bit tighter while going around here, and then you just slip stitch off right on the tip here and try to tuck in your tail along the edging. Also, you're going to be having to form this into the shape of a hook, so just pinch and then curve. So that's about as much as you're going to need there. And then all you need to do is stuff your hand, which I have a stuffed hand right here. And then you want to leave it a little bit loose up here because we want it to look like he's got a seamed joint right there. So we're going to sew this right along the shoulder joint after we sew on the head. So that's basically all there is to it. I'm going to try to go in with maybe even a smaller crochet hook to make these nice and tight stitches. And that's about it. I'm going to use maybe an H in order to go around here and make it a little bit better. But I wanted to do that to show you the basis of what the hook would look like. You could also just use felt if you wanted to just use felt. I wanted to make something a bit movable and something that actually looked like a hook. And I felt like felt couldn't really do that. Next up, we're going to work on the ears. So next up, we're going to make the ear, and we're going to do something a little bit different than usual. Here, it's a nice little pointy tip, and it also tapers down into this cute little fox ear. So the way that we do that is we take our magical ring and place 4 single crochets on the inside of it. Then, for the next 2 rounds, we're going to single crochet the first one, and then increase on the next one. On our first round, this will get us up to 6 stitches instead of the 4 that we had, and then we'll do it again, and that'll get us up to 9 stitches because the next round we'll be doing it we'll do it 3 times. So that'll make it go from 9. Then after that, for 2 rounds, we're going to single crochet 2 and then increase on the 3rd. That'll increase us to 12 on the 3rd row, and then the 4th row will get up to 16. Then we single crochet for 4 rounds here, and then we do the inverse of how we increased on our very last increase row, and we're going to single crochet 2, decrease, just for that 1 round. So we're going to magical ring 4, increase every second on these 2 rounds here, and then on the 3rd and the 4th we're going to increase every 3rd, then we're going to single crochet for 4 rounds, and then we're going to taper off by single crocheting 2 and then decreasing, and then decreasing right here. And then we just sew this to the top of the head. I've also wanted to try it sometime, I'm just throwing this out there as an idea, instead of having this last row be red, maybe have it be that gray color that I use on the hand so that it could look like the mechanical joining on things. That'd be an interesting way of going about it. Instead, I'm doing this really cute version of it. I really want these plushies to look really cute and not scary, as gooberish as that is. After the ears, we're making the belly. The belly is really quick. It's basically doing the exact same thing with your increases that you did with your head, but you're slip stitching off instead. So we've increased up to 42 stitches with our salmon colored yarn. So then all you need to do is sew that onto the belly region, right above where the legs start. So for Foxy's eye patch, it's actually fairly simple. We're going to go out with our 6 single crochet, increase every other, and then increase every 3rd. Then we're going to slip stitch off, chain 40, and go back and slip stitch on the opposite side from where we started. Really easy. It's a nice removable touch that you can add or you can't add because it doesn't show that Foxy's eye is actually ruined in any way. There's no gory thing for that, but I wanted to make it so that you could remove it or not. So that's why we have this removable. Basically, we're just chaining the width of the head crosswise like this, so it's going to go draped over like that. Alright, next up we're going to work on the mouth. For the mouth, we're going to work like we did for the hand. We're going to start by putting 6 single crochet inside of a magical ring, increase every single one of those, and then increase every other. At that point, then we're just going to single crochet around for 2 rounds, slip stitch off, stuff it very lightly, we don't want it too stuffed to be bulging out, and then we're going to apply it onto the mouth right here. Alright, Then we can sew and get our eyes on and get everything adhered and attached. As you can see, I've already done the hand, I've already done the belly, and everything else, including the ears, are all attached. So at this point, we're going to go on to making our face and adhering that. Next up, we're working on the eyes. So for the eyes, I'm going to make 2, even though there is an eye patch covering one of them. For the eye patch that is being covered, I just want to make it so that it looks like it's covering something, and so that people can actually like peek up under the eye, so people can like peek up underneath the eye patch and call it really cute and all that. So here we're going to make a circle. This is about 1.5 inches in diameter. My top of my thumb's about 1 inch right there. So 1.5 inches around. And then we're going to make a yellow piece, which shows a good chunk of the white right here. So about the tip of your finger's worth of your thumb right there. And then we're going to take a large button and place it in the center as the pupil. We're going to take our small, about 1/4 the size of the original white button right there, about 1/4 the size of the white piece originally. We're going to take that and have it so that it's glued over this little black button right here. So we are going to use hot glue. You could use sewing, but I'd much rather use just hot glue. It's a lot simpler. It looks simple, and I like it. I'm going to make 2. We're going to adhere these onto the face and put everything on, and at that point, we should be done. We might add some touches with puffy paint as far as like whiskers or things like that. So I'll see you when that's all done. Alright, and when you get your eyes glued on and you do a little quick triangle for the nose over your snout area, you're all done, and basically that's all there is to it. Be sure to stay tuned for our other Five Nights at Freddy's gang. We've already put up Freddy, and I'm hoping to do Bonnie, Chica, and I'm going to do a Mangle, and if there's enough demand for it, I'm going to do the puppet, or the marionette, excuse me, whatever you call him. You can call them both. But that's basically what we're going to be coming out with for our Five Nights at Freddy's gang, and if you like Amigurumi or other crafts, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. It really does help us grow and helps us put out more stuff. We also have a Patreon if you ever want to donate there. It does help us out a lot in actually like making these creations. And that's about it. Alright, until next time, guys.